Hi class, welcome to Thursday, November 15th. If you're seeing this, then everything went well with starting the video. I just wanted to say that today, obviously I'm not here, but I'm still here, kind of. And we're going to be doing a lab in the library today, so what I wanted to do was take the first 5 minutes and go over what you're expected to do in the lab. So what we need to do is the sub should have passed out a packet for you, one packet per group of two, and I'm just going to give you a basic idea of what we're doing today, and then we're going to head down to the library. You guys are going to do your experiment, and then tomorrow we will do something different. So today I expect everyone to be on their best behavior, try and get as much work done as you can so you don't have any homework. So let's take a look and see what you're going to be looking at. First of all, this is the packet that you will have. If you don't have one yet, then that's fine, but you only need a packet per group. So as I told you yesterday, you will need a set of headphones, so hopefully you have your own, but if you need to get a pair, they have some. Mrs. Tyrell could give you some, but she's going to be very picky about you writing your name down or leaving something so that you guys don't lose them. But you will need a set of headphones. And what's going on is we're going to talk a little bit about enzymes, and we mentioned them briefly yesterday. And what you need to do is, in this lab, we're going to mess with a couple things. Over here you have some test tubes, and these 5 test tubes have enzymes in them already. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mess around with seeing what effect pH has, which we talked about yesterday. That's acid levels basically, and what effect that has on how well the enzyme works. Remember we talked yesterday how enzymes they reduce the activation energy, so they bring down basically how much energy you need to make a reaction occur. So we're going to mess with the pH, and we're also going to mess with the amount of the substrate, which is the amount of the substance that you're putting in to be broken down into the reaction. So this is a very easy lab to manipulate. You can change by pushing these buttons here. That only gives you certain numbers that you can do. You can go down to as low as 3, and you can go up to as high as, I think, 13, 11. So you can go as high as 11, as low as 3, and it goes up by 2. So you mess with these in the lab, and in order to put the substrate in the tube, you just lift it and drag it, and it will pour it in there. And there's sound effects on here that you'll be able to hear. But where you really need the headphones is for the first part of the lab. And if you go back to your paper, it says click on the TV and watch the video about enzyme action. So what we do is we go and we click on the TV. And when you do that, it will play a video. To the video right now, but that's what you will do, and it will talk about basically how enzymes work. So you need to watch that. It's really important. And then once you do that, then you go through, and I tried to spell this out step by step on what you have to do. In the end, you're going to fill out a table, which will also be distributed for you guys. The table is also on the lab, and you will fill it in down. So this is the table you guys have. Now, I want you to fill it in both spots. So fill it in here. So you type in whatever number you need to put, but you also put that on your table, your hard copy of your table. And the reason being is when you're done with this computer table, you're going to hit this graph button, and it's going to give you a graph. So the rest of this, I think, is pretty straightforward. Here are the journal questions that you need to answer. Now, the link to this lab is at the top of your paper, right here. But it's also on Moodle, which I don't need to demonstrate that. You guys know how to do that. So you can do it either way. You can type this tiny URL here, or you can go to Moodle and click on that. So I hope everything goes well. If you have questions, please ask your sub. And if by chance the internet's not working, then we will have plan B. But for right now, everything seems to be going okay. So I hope you all have a good day. I hope everybody is respectful for the sub, and I hope you all get something out of this lesson. Thanks, and there'll be another.